What's that, Lassie? Brenton, where is he, Mr. Lassie? He's down the well, Lassie. Oh, let's just leave him there, honestly. Shush. Shush. Let's just leave him there. Shush. Oh, Brenton. Oh,
Nathan.
What an episode we're doing today.
What are we doing with ourselves?
Why are we here? I'm so confused. Where are we? What year is this?
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome to Classic Movie Banter.
Yes.
You may be wondering why things sound a little different.
Yes.
And that is because today's a special episode.
Yes. You know what? We've bloody got our hotel seasons card. We've swiped it at reception because Brenton, we're back at the 7 seasons. Winter is here in the Southern Hemisphere and it's a new season.
Winter has come.
Yeah, winter has come. And it ended anticlimactically, by all accounts. So let's shove Aya Stark to the side. She's not in our bloody penthouse. We are, mate, and we're doing another top 7 list because if BuzzFeed can, so can we. How are you going today?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm feeling fresh, as they say. And I'm ready to record some.
Good for you.
I feel like this is our
magnum opus.
Potentially, but it could also be potentially our final episode if we fuck this up. So
we will never have a single listener. Like all 5 of our listeners are going to go down to 0 by the end of this ep. Because, Brenton, so today, long ago when we did our bloody, what was the ep? It's a Wonderful Life. We discovered the work of Jimmy the Crow. Brenton, what a performance. We discovered this crow. We discovered this crow who did some amazing performances in some movies, and you and I vowed that we would do a Jimmy the Crow episode where we talked about iconic performances that this fucking crow did. Brenton, we reconvened this week and we went to narrow down these performances and we hit an idea. Didn't we, Brenton? We did. We're like, why not limit our top 7 list to Jimmy the Crow when we can encapsulate all these iconic animals in films and their careers and their performances? And here we are, Brenton.
And here we are. This is what's happening, yeah. So the plan is today, as far as I'm aware, is that you and I have both picked 7 actors who are animals.
Yes. It'd be so funny if we had like a real life actor that we just delegate as an animal. Like, oh wow, Sean Penn's just really grizzly in some performances. Like we just chuck him on the list.
But no, these are not humans. These are real animals.
And
we're gonna discuss
real animals,
their careers.
real stories.
Real actors, man, real method actors, and we're gonna discuss their careers,
yes,
their craft,
yes,
and their performance.
Oh my god. Yeah, we've got some animals, and yeah, we're just going to talk about some great work that they've done, some fun facts about their lives.
Yeah, sure.
Brenton, when did it get to the point that you and I hung over on a Sunday morning, have suddenly talking about fucking animals and their roles in movies? Is this a reflective moment for you?
Well, this is my point. I just feel, I just feel like this can only it can only go up.
Yes.
But it can also plummet to the depths of hell.
I'm looking around the room we're sitting in. I'm like, how the fuck did we get here?
Wow.
But I'm happy, Brenton. I'm excited. I'm so excited to talk about these 7 animals that we've got each. So.
Yeah, I reckon let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
How have you ordered yours? Have you ordered yours in terms of your least favorite to favorite, or? To
be honest with you, when I research as animals, I thought of the animals that have stuck in my mind of I've been that's a great dog, that's a great monkey, and I'm and it's been in my head. I didn't have to research animals. I'm no, that's a great thing. I want to see what their life story is, and I found their life story, and oh boy, is it a bloody Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I tell you what, it's quite the biographical tale. So
okay, well, Nathan, this was your idea.
So I'm going to ask pointed at me.
So I think you should kick us off with your number 7.
Okay, here it is: the top 7 animals in film. What a time! Welcome to Classic Movie Banter. Okay, my number 7. Let's get into it. I want to talk about Crystal the monkey from the Hangover trilogy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
So Crystal the monkey. Have you seen the 3 Hangover films?
I have. No, I have. I've seen the first 2. I haven't seen the third one.
Oh, crikey!
Because it got a bad rap.
The third one is literally jumping the shark. Like, they're like, I don't know what they did with the third one, but like, they're just like, okay, who's the funniest thing about the Hangover? It's
well,
Mr.
wait. You said jumping the shark. Is there an actual shark in that film? And if so, why isn't it on your list?
I'm so sorry. They don't actually jump a shark, but I feel like...
Damn.
Okay, there's a scene where Zach Galifianakis like parachutes from like one of the like hotels in Las Vegas to like another one. And I remember watching that in the movie, and like Mr. Chow's trying to like sniper him like from a roof or something like that, and I'm like, what is this movie? I was so confused. But regardless of like that first Hangover movie is great. Like it's still incredible, and I actually contend that the second one's quite good too. Because like I've been to Bangkok and I went to that like Sky Tower they were at with my mates. I literally had my 21st there. And like we tried to order all these fancy cocktails. Here's the thing. I'm already starting off the podcast on a tangent. I'm so sorry. But like we went to the bloody Sky Tower in Bangkok. Me and my 2 best friends, and we're like, yeah, let's do a 21st in Bangkok. This is gonna be wild. And we went to the Sky Tower, and it was so expensive. And like we could barely afford 1 drink, and so we had to make this like 1 drink last for like 1 hour. And we tried to like chat to like locals up there, but we looked way too poor. So like all like the rich heiresses that were up there, like they wouldn't have a word to us, Brenton. So that's my experience with the Hangover trilogy. Anyway, Crystal the monkey. So do you remember this monkey from the Hangover?
No, I do. I do remember the monkey in part 2 that he appeared. Yeah.
You know what? I love this monkey. I think of it fondly. I thought, you know what an iconic performance. So Christopher the Monkover, the Crystal the Hangover.
Oh gosh, Nathan,
I'm already stumbling.
Come on, buddy.
Crystal
You're
the
all right.
monkey. Okay,
you can do it.
Okay, so Crystal the monkey. I've opened with Crystal because she is one of the highest grossing animals in film. So this monkey has bank, Brenton. So she's been in a lot of movies, man. You don't judge this monkey. So 5 of her most recent films have grossed $1.5 billion at the box office. So Harrison Ford ain't got shit on this monkey. So Crystal's appeared in not just The Hangover, but she's also appeared in George of the Jungle, that fantastic movie from 1997.
Yeah, with Brendan Fraser, I think, played.
I think so.
Well, who was it? I can't remember.
All I remember from George of the Jungle is that it was filmed at Jupiter's Casino on the Gold Coast, and like,
was it actually?
Yeah, there's a scene where like he's in the casino and he's like, I'm an ape and I'm of the jungle. And like he's like running through a casino. Because when we were in primary school, our drama teacher, Middlebrook, she was like, hey, you know Jupiter's Casino? They made a movie there. And I'm like, cool. But yeah, so
yeah, sorry, I just looked it up. It does star Brendan Fraser. Yeah,
there you go.
Continue. Yeah, sorry.
I'm just gonna say, Crystal the monkey. She's made a lot of money. It was her breakout role in George of the Jungle. It was her, she's been in the Night at Museum films. You know, she's been a lot, but her biggest role was the drug dealing monkey. And it's kind of ironic that she played a drug dealing monkey because in real life, Brenton, she struggled with addiction. This is a thing. I'm not fucking with you.
What was she addicted to?
Okay, so she'd do red carpet appearances. And like every time they interview her trainer, she was like, yeah, she's actually addicted to cigarettes. So she smoked real cigarettes for The Hangover Part 2 because that's what she just did. And her trainer's like, yeah, we tried to get her off it, but she smoked cigarettes for the role of Hangover, and now she just keeps on doing it. And Peter was angry with, like, Crystal the monkey. Also, how ironic that a monkey called Crystal has, like, a drug addiction. Am I right?
Well, it's not drugs, it's cigarettes, but that's okay.
I know, it's tobacco. Like, I know, she's not, like, smoking lines of cocaine. Like, you can't put that up a monkey's nostril, but, like, she's still smoking those darts. And so every time she do a red carpet, like, there'd be people from Peter, like, protesting. I'm not making any of this up.
Wow, yeah. No, but you can see why. Like, that's pretty fucked up. Like,
it's so fucked up. Like, is there like an animal rehab that you take this monkey to? Like, could you imagine? Like, you go to rehab. There's all these like Hollywood actors, and then there's like a fucking monkey just like at the AA table. They're like, "Oh, hey, I'm Nathan. I'm an alcoholic," and then the monkey's like, like, oh.
What's incredible is because obviously, as I said, I looked up while we were discussing George of the Jungle, and you look at the cast list. And Crystal the monkey is on there.
Oh my god, really?
Is on that cast list, yeah.
So I think she's okay now. I think since she has defeated her addiction.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so good. Oh, we dedicate
good
this
on
to you, Crystal.
Like, yeah, well done. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess like we'll move on to my number 7. But
yeah,
like,
where's your number 7?
Okay, so here we go. I'm actually going to do... I'm going to cover a couple animals in here, but you'll see why.
Okay.
You'll see why.
Okay, I'm with you, Brenton. I'm with you for the journey.
You may be surprised why this is my number 7, given that this animal is quite famous, but I'm going to start off with Bart the bear.
Ah, Bart the bear. Yes, I'm familiar with Bart the bear.
Are you so familiar that he appears on your list?
Well, we'll have to find out, won't we, Mr. Brenton?
Oh. So my this is the thing.
Well, hold up. Bart the bear 1 or 2, I should say.
This is the thing. You know how I said I'm going to cover a couple of animals? The animal I actually want to talk about is more Bart the bear 2. But I need to cover Bart the bear.
Because potentially mine may deal with the former rather than the latter.
Okay. Well, I'll cover a bit of groundwork. Bart the bear 1, quite a famous bear.
Very famous.
Like, very,
if not
very,
the bear.
very famous.
Yes.
The bear of Hollywood.
Should have been in Brother Bear, but wasn't, sadly. Don't know why they didn't do some ADR work from that.
I mean, it would have been incredible, but he's what my favorite thing about this though, and the only thing I want to say about Bart the bear is just I love in this section like titled Career Online that says that Bart the bear has worked with such actors as Robert Redford, Morgan Freeman, John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, Daryl Hannah, Annette Bening, Ethan Hawke, Steven Seagal, Brad Pitt, Alec Baldwin, Trevor Howard, and Anthony Hopkins have all worked in films opposite Bart.
Oh my god. Can you imagine like at the extras table, like everyone's just like sitting around, all the extras, and they're saying, oh, who have you worked with? And then like they turn and there's a fucking bear sitting at the extra table and this bear is like going, oh, well, I've worked with so and so, and it's like, oh, and people are like, there's a bear.
I just wanted to point out as well the other funny thing in terms of facts that are on here as well, that this is film directors Jean-Jacques Annaud and Lee Tamahori, both of whom directed Bart in The Bear and The Edge, respectively, called Bart the John Wayne of bears.
Like, how do you think John Wayne would react to being like drawn parallel with the bear? It's like, well, I guess I'm just a bear. Like,
gosh.
But tell me about Bart the Bear 2, because I didn't do that much research into Bart the Bear 2.
Okay,
so I'm very curious about this.
I'll get into Bart the Bear 2.
The sequel,
so
the better bear, one would argue.
So what's interesting about Bart the Bear 2 is that he's unrelated to Bart the Bear 1.
Yeah, I found that quite funny, yeah.
So it's I believe it's the same trainers, but they met Bart the Bear. Bart the Bear 2.
We were no longer training animals, we shall train beer to be in performances.
So Bart the Bear 2, they got him as a cub. I think. They were from.
It was from like Utah or something, wasn't it? Like...
No. So Bart the Bear 2 was orphaned with his sister Honey Bump. when their mother was shot and killed outside Paxton, Alaska.
Oh no, it was a real Bambi, wasn't it?
Yeah, which is absolutely horrible.
Oh no.
So they were found by an Alaskan state trooper, and unable to survive on their own. They lived in the Fisher household with Greg's wife Mally and their 2 children. They lived in a house.
They live in the fucking house?
Yeah,
this is a real hotel for dogs situation, isn't it? Like
before officially being adopted by Doug and Lynn Seuss, who are the famous trainers in 2000.
Oh my goodness!
So Seuss. Bart the Bear 2 was named after Bart the Bear.
Yeah.
Who then died. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, the bear's dead.
Yeah, the bear's dead. But Bart the Bear, the OG, passed away 2 weeks later after they met these 2 bears. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Shortly after Seuss had adopted the cubs. And so Seuss decided to name the new male cub after the original Bart. Seeing as he had the same nature as the original Bart and a lot of the attributes.
Oh, bless. Did you find, so in your research, did you find that a lot of these like biographies about these animals are very self-praisal? Like all the animal research I did was like, this animal's the greatest actor that ever lived.
I know, right? That's what I mean. Like, these facts are hilarious.
It's so funny. I like to think that they were written by the trainers themselves, because they probably were.
I think they were. Yeah, totally.
And like, this animal's changed the world. And I'm like, you're just like patting yourself on the back, mate. Like,
so what's interesting is that same year, as a cub, he made his film debut.
Really?
Yeah, in Dr. Dolittle 2.
Oh my goodness. What an iconic performance. I can't remember the bear, frankly.
so no, but he and his sister, Honey Bump, both made they were cubs. They played the cubs of the titular bears in well, not really. They're not titular in Dr. Dolittle too.
The titular bear. He's actually Dr. Dolittle.
But yeah, he plays the offspring of the bear character Archie, who's like one of the main characters in the film. Who we may or may not be talking about later. I'm not sure.
Good on you, mate. I love the foreshadowing.
So I just wanted to put in out as well that the childhood and young adulthood of Bart 2 and Honey Bump, with a focus of 2 episodes of Animal Planet.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was a series called Growing Up Grizzly. One of the episodes was hosted by Brad Pitt in 2001, and then a follow-up episode, Growing Up Grizzly 2, in 2004, was then hosted by Jennifer Aniston.
Really?
Yeah. But the reason that I was drawn to Bart the Bear 2 was because of his incredible work that he did in Game of Thrones.
Oh yes, that's how I knew Bart the Bear too.
Yeah,
I was like,
Bart the Bear 2 was the bear in the episode The Bear and the Maiden Fair. When you all remember that wonderful scene where he was pitted up against Jaime Lannister and Brienne of Tarth.
That was amazing. That was a very tense scene.
And as it says here on this website, he received rave reviews.
See, they're so self-praisal, aren't they? Like
it was widely publicized.
Yeah.
Oh
Dude,
my gosh.
I mean, I remember at the time, like, liking the bear. I'm like, this is pretty cool. But, like, yeah.
When you see that, that's a real bear, and like, you know,
that is a real bear, and like Gwendolyn Christie, who plays Brienne of Tarth, she was like, I remember like, because the Game of Thrones releases all those behind the scenes stuff, and they're like, all the actors like, we did this performance. I remember like they interviewed Brienne of Tarth. She's like, yeah, I was in front of a real fucking bear, and she's like, it was cooked, and she's like, I almost died in real life. And Dan and David, who run Game of Thrones, they're like, Bart the bear was great, but like it was still very scary.
Yeah, like can you imagine like a grizzly coming at you, just like, and it's like, and then they yell out cut, and he like wanders off and like sits in his chair and like has a cup of tea or whatever.
Yeah, puts on like his pair of glasses, like reads the news, and you're just like
reads the fine print in the script, reads the italics. Like,
oh my goodness. Like the bear's like, the bear like pauses and it's like line. It's like, what's the line? It's like, roo.
So we've set our number 7s. Nathan, what is your number 6?
Look, Bart the Bear 2 is an iconic performance, but if you're talking about iconic animal performances, I don't think anyone can top. I think the most famous animal in film, besides Lassie, which ironically neither of us have on our lists, apart from that, I think is Terry the dog, who played Toto from Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Yes.
I know all about Terry.
You do? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to drop some fun facts about Terry and we'll see what we can do. So, you know, when you think of animals, and I think this is probably the first animal performance I saw as a child, because you watch Wizard of Oz young. Like, you get to that shit, like, early. And, like, I don't know if I'll ever do Wizard of Oz for the podcast. I don't think our listeners need us to give it the thumbs up. I think like everyone knows this film's iconic, but
they might need us to give it the thumbs down.
Oh,
no,
I don't think I've seen that film since I was a child, so like maybe it doesn't hold up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it holds up, but like we'll find out. Anyway, Toto the dog. So it's played by Terry the dog, who you know, what a performance. I remember watching the movie going, I want Toto the dog. What's the iconic line about Toto? She's like, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. And Toto's like, row? Also, what the fuck? Like, the dogs are going to recognize where the hell they are. Like, I don't think a dog's going to care whether they're in like Oz or like bloody Kansas, as long as it's getting fed, you know? Like,
which it doesn't get fed in that film. So
no.
You know.
Do you reckon the whole film that dog's like eyeing off the scarecrow, just being like, like, I'm surprised they didn't play up that more, that like the dog was just like rabid the whole time. Like, but anyway, Toto's great. I love this dog, you know, Judy Garland, what a time. Anyway, so the dog made a shit ton of money from being in the Wizard of Oz. It got paid like $125 a week, which is like probably more than, it got paid in today's money over $2,000 a week. Can you imagine? Which is like more than my salary today. And like it earned more than any of the human actors. It earned more than Judy Garland, and it earned more than bloody Oz and Emerald City. And also she had a larger salary than most Americans at the time. And as she was filming this, you know, film, you know, she was running about, she was barking, all that kind of stuff. She almost died, Brenton, during the filming of Wizard of Oz.
How?
Okay, so you know, there was two incidents. One, they had these powerful wind machines, you know, that was, you know, blasting Julie Garland's head. She's like, "Oh, what's all this? Oh, we're in Oz." And so as the wind machines were blasting, she literally got pushed back because the dog was so light, and people had to like, "Oh shit, this is going to be difficult to film." So she almost fell off the set. But the most dangerous thing is that one day, one of the Winky guards stepped on her foot and it broke her foot.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and so she spent 2 weeks at a hospital, like pet hospital, which I'm sure is a thing that exists.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. Like,
continue.
I've had my leg broken. It's not fun. Anyway, so it held up filming, and the directors had a stand-in for that time, but they didn't replace the dog because like Judy Garland's like, "I love this dog. We're gonna have this dog back." But anyway, the dog came back, finished the filming, and Judy Garland tried to adopt the dog. But its owners were like, "Fuck off." They're like, "This is our dog." But Judy was like, "Oh, I have a connection." And they're like, "Yeah, so do we. We're the owners." But because of the film, Terry the dog changed her name to Toto the dog in 1942. And now, like, you know, people love this dog. They try and pat it at all occasions, but the dog's no longer with us.
No, unfortunately not. I will add to this because I will put it at number 6 on my list as well.
Yes.
Funny that.
Yeah.
And
by the way, a disclaimer: we didn't let each other know what we were
no,
going to
we did.
do.
We had no idea. Yeah. So
yeah.
What's really interesting about this is as well, going back to how much money Terry made on this film, was that not only was she paid more than all the other actors, human actors, she was also paid more than most working Americans at the time.
Oh my goodness! Could you imagine like this dog? Like, if I was on set, like imagine being on film set and you gossip on at lunch and you realize the dog's making more than you.
Yeah. She also attended the premiere of the film.
Oh, did she really? Oh, yeah, fantastic!
And after obviously her name was changed to Toto, even we refer to her still as Terry the dog.
Yes.
She then went on to star in 16 films.
Fantastic! Yeah, she had a long career, didn't she?
Which three of these films were playing in theaters at the same time in the fall of 1939. So,
oh my goodness,
The Wizard of Oz, the
dog.
Women, The Wizard of Oz, The Women, and Bad Little Angel were all in theaters at the same time.
Wow.
Her last film was Tortilla Flat.
Oh, good.
In which,
good.
And this is poetic. She was in that last film. She was reunited with Oz director Victor Fleming and Frank Morgan. Victor Fleming, and Frank Morgan, who played the wizard in the film for her last film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And then she died at the age of 11 in Hollywood on the September 1st of 1945. And I'm laughing because she's buried.
Wasn't that World War II ended? Like,
yeah. She was buried
is there a coincidence?
She was buried at Spitz Ranch in Studio City, Los Angeles. But then that grave was destroyed during the construction of the Ventura Freeway in 1958. So on June 18th, 2011, a permanent memorial for Terry was dedicated at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles. Oh, good on you, Toto / Terry / whatever name you preferred.
Those monsters! I can't believe they're like knocking over a building and they like
built a freeway.
Yeah, they built a freeway where this dog was at. It's like, could you imagine like you're driving on a freeway and there's like a little sign that like, you know, like sometimes you like drive past like crosses on the road and that kind of stuff. Like you drive past a freeway and there's a little sign that marks like Terry the dog. Like,
yeah. Well, maybe for the podcast Monday we'll visit her memorial and we'll pay our respects for her wonderful work. Yeah.
Press F to pay respects to Terry the dog, I say. Oh, bless. So no, what a great dog. Speaking of dogs, Brenton.
Yeah.
What a segue. My number 5. This might be one of my favorite animal performances, actually. I don't know how the hell I ranked it, but here's number 5. I want to talk about Max the dog, who played Milo from The Mask.
Really? Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, do you remember the movie The Mask?
Not very well, but I remember watching it. I don't remember loving it, unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't love The Mask? Really?
No.
What?
I thought it was a bit creepy and, as a child.
Really?
I haven't seen it since, so,
Whoa! This is one of my favourite movies. I love The Mask. It's so good. Yeah, we should do The Mask. Actually, we should do The Mask.
We should do The Mask. Yeah.
The Mask would be great. Oh, I'd love to watch The Mask again. It must be older than 20 years. Because it was one of the original superhero movies from the 90s. And like, it's like Jim Carrey at his most Jim Carrey, isn't it? Like, it's such a good time. It's so, every time I go out, I'm like, PARTY, because I gotta. Like, what an iconic film. I love it when Jim Carrey, like, actually no, we'll save the mask talk for the mask. But anyway, this movie, he has a dog called Milo, and I don't want to say what Milo does in the film because I don't want to spoil the mask. Please watch the mask. But in the sequel, the dog gets the mask, if you recall. Have you seen Son of the Mask?
No.
Oh my god! So the sequel's horseshit because he has a son, and like the son gets the mask, whatever it is. But anyway, there's one point in the movie where the dog gets the mask, and like I don't know if you know what the mask is, but like you put on this like ancient Loki mask, and you suddenly get this. You basically turn to the genie from Aladdin. Like you can do anything. Like you equip like nothing else, and this dog had the mask and it had some superhero abilities. Anyway, so Maxi Post-Milo, he does a good job. He's a big part of the movie. He saves Jim Carrey at one point. And this dog, on set, he was a good dog, behaved quite well. He wasn't like bloody Terry the dog or Crystal the monkey. He wasn't a diva. But he did like to eat and drink quite frequently. So there'd be points where like the dog would really need a drink of water. And so they have to halt filming just so the owner could rush in with like this little like doggy bottle and just be like, I'm so sorry everyone. And just like keep on having it hydrated. And he also was known for his favorite treat on set called Fig Newtons. And so on set there was like huge fuck off bag of like dog treats that like every like crew member at one point had to feed this dog because they all wanted to get around the dog. So it was quite a iconic animal. But anyway, during the movie, when the dog rocked up to the premiere, it didn't like the film at all. And you could tell because during the premiere, it just kept on barking consistently. And the owner the dog thought that the movie was too loud, so the dog had to be taken out of the cinema. But could you imagine, like, being in a regular cinema and someone's brought their pets, like, just in general?
Hear a fucking dog start barking?
Could you imagine? Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. That kind of also makes me realize, like, did they bring Bart the bear into the cinema? Like, you just
heard this.
Like, everyone's laughing at a joke and the bear's just, like, chuckling, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Or, like, a film's in 3D and they put the 3D lenses on the dog or the bear. Just, like... The dog's like, I'm colorblind. I can't see shit. Like...
Yeah. Like 3D films, just like the glasses are on. They're just like, fucking hell, it's still blurry. Like I don't.
I remember my sister and I were on a family holiday once, and I want to say we were going to America, and Qantas had a campaign at the time called Jet for Your Pet. And what you would do is that, like, if you wanted to bring your animal in domestic flights, like, Qantas was like, yeah, jet for your pet. And you could bring it on the plane, like, get around it. And so I'd like to think if, like, the movies, like, event cinemas would get around this campaign. Yeah. And people bring, like, fucking dogs into the cinema. Could you imagine, like...
If someone brought the bear, like, that would be the funniest thing, like, ever. You just sit there and it just sits in the chair next to you and just...
Oh my god!
Or it's a horror movie and it goes
like it's like buddy, like what's that film where Liam Neeson's like trying to like outrun a wolf? I think it's called like The Wolf or whatever. Like
no, the Grey or something or
something. Yeah, I think it is The Grey. Could you imagine like you're watching that shit and you're in the cinema and it's like very tense, and then something like an actual wolf rocks up and like
and everyone's just like ooh. Or it's like that scene in Zootopia where like the wolf howls on the screen and then the real wolf starts howling as well. And you're just like
you're like, oh no, like I would lose my shit. Could you imagine? That'd be so great. I want a cinema to do this campaign. Also, I know why they don't, because animals would just be continually disruptive, but like I kind of do, when you go to cafes and they're very like pet friendly, I do kind of wish that there must be in the world. Listeners, please do the research, or we'll do the research. There must be a cinema.
There are outdoor cinemas that I'm pretty sure you can take pets to and stuff and sit there with your pets on bean bags and shit.
That'd be great. That'd be great, Brenton.
Let's do it, dude.
All right, next old movie is that. Okay, next time in Sydney, they're doing like an outdoors bloody thing. Well, because you have some pets, I don't, Sally, but you do. So we're gonna bring all of them, Brenton. All the dogs, all the cats, and we're gonna do an outdoor cinema experience, and then spook people with the dog.
Alrighty, so
your number 5.
My number 5 is again a couple animals because I'm actually covering more of a film here.
Oh,
and some of the animals that started in it. I'm covering the film Cats and Dogs.
Okay. Very good.
And specifically the canines in it.
Fantastic. I haven't got a canine. I haven't got a canine from Cats and Dogs, so go wild, cool. Mate.
So two of the ones I want to talk about, there's 2 groups. So one is, by the way, Cats and Dogs.
Oh my goodness. This movie.
This movie, I have not seen it since I was a child. And I haven't seen it since. But because I was researching this and I was looking up some facts about the movie, the voice cast
is outstanding.
The fuck?
Can we go through this voice cast? Because I actually have it here with me. Because I
go through it, dude. Like, it blows my mind that Tobey Maguire plays Lou, who's like the main dog. Yeah, the main character.
And this is like Spider-Man era Tobey Maguire. Yeah, this, he had to make an appearance. Like, this is outstanding. So for those of you who don't know Cats and Dogs, this is a film, like, it's almost 20 years old, so we can't do a full episode on it, but boy are we going to the second this shit turns 20. So, like, because this film is remarkable. It might be the peak of cinema, because this film's about, like, it's like Spy Kids but with pets. So it's like, it's about like this like, what is it about? It's about like Jeff Goldblum. He's like this professor. Also, this film stars Jeff Goldblum, which is amazing. And he's trying to like cure his like cat allergy or something like that. And so he's like experimenting on his like on these dogs or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so this kid who adopts this foster dog, turns out this dog gets recruited into this pet spy agency, and like there's this like war that's been going on for thousands of years between cats and dogs, and they have like the highest tech shit, and like there's like these Russian cats, and they're all trying to like kill each other. It's outstanding. Like, this movie is wonderful, but the voice cast is what sells it. So Tobey Maguire is the main dog, Lou. Alec Baldwin,
is Butch. Yeah.
Who's like an experienced field agent. And as a kid, you don't recognize these actors. No. Sean Hayes plays Mr. Tinkles, who's like this like evil kitty who we'll maybe talk about later. Susan Sarandon, and this, I quote this from the IMDb. Can I just say this? Susan Sarandon plays Ivy, a domestically challenged former dog agent. I just want to think, because she would have done bloody Thelma and Louise, and then she's playing a fucking dog in this movie. Like,
I know, right?
Because this had a budget, and then bloody Charlton Heston plays the Mastiff, the leader of the dog agents. Like, what is this cast?
I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's incredible.
There's one point where Miriam Margolyes, who plays bloody Professor Sprout, is like the maid for like this evil kitty, and it's the best performance she's ever done. It's so good. This movie's remarkable, but please tell me about these dogs, Brenton.
So Butch is played by 3 Anatolian shepherds named Noah, Moses, and Cain. So obviously that's like a herding dog breed from Turkey, I think it is. But Noah was the lead dog who did most of the acting. Sorry, this is funny. As the seasoned agent who becomes Lou's mentor, trainer, and protector. So all of these dogs were actually rescues, the 3 of them. And Cain was even adopted after filming Wrapped by an AHA field representative, Gina Johnson. And Cain now lives back east with Gina. Her newfound land and 2 cats. Which is funnily enough, seeing as the height of his career was fighting cats. And like,
oh my god, that's amazing. That's so funny.
He's become a loving addition to her flock. And is so mellow.
Her flock.
Is so mellow that he visits nursing homes in his spare time in his new role as a therapy dog.
Oh, that warms the heart, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's great news.
So then let's talk about Peak. Who's a character in the film and is played by a hairless Chinese crested named Maggie. So if you don't remember, Peak, the character, is the techno brains in the covert canine operation. So Peak was fitted with his own lightweight headset and is introduced as he emerges from high-tech cylinder garbage can complete with database computer.
Oh my god.
Okay, so a puppet was used when the tube comes out of the can. So do you remember this? Like, there was the can and like this thing came out of it? Yeah,
I do remember this, yeah.
But the real dog was placed on the seat, was forced into this seat by the trainer.
No, really?
Who used toys to get the dog to look in various directions. So you got to look at like this scene and then just remember that that's a real dog sitting in this fucking chair, just like,
oh my god, he was like confused out of his mind,
having the worst day of their life.
Oh
and
my
their
goodness.
name is Maggie, and they're this like weirdo looking dog. But apparently the Maggie's quite although it looks quite unusual and fragile, this is totally written by the trainer.
Yeah, you can tell. Like,
It looks unusual and fragile, but it's quite playful and very smart.
oh, very smart. Oh,
Good on you, Maggie. We love you.
When I die, Brenton, I want my obituary to be written by an animal trainer. Like,
Oh gosh, Nathan, what is your number 4?
my number 4 is another monkey. I'm getting around the monkeys on this list.
Which one is it?
It's probably, like, you know, the Hangover monkey is pretty iconic, but I think the monkey everyone thinks of is Chiquita the monkey from the
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
Yes.
So, this monkey, I remember watching Pirates of the Caribbean and being very excited every time the monkey rocked up. I remember as a kid being like, yes, I get around this monkey. It's called Jack in the film, isn't it? Like, that's the joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Jack. Yeah.
Jeffrey Rush was like, Jack. No, the monkey. Like,
No, we named the monkey Jack.
I love that line. Is there a point where like the monkey is like pointing a gun at someone? Like,
No. The monkey hops on his shoulder and it goes, we named the monkey Jack, and it does this side smile.
yeah,
Like,
it gives him
and
like this like little like bitch like stare. It's like, you what?
It's
Like,
so funny. Like, it's so good.
I love it. It made me want a monkey watching that movie. I was like, because there's a couple of them, and I'm like, I want a monkey, and I want to name it Nathan. You know, it's like every time like I go out to a bar, it's like we named the monkey Nathan. Like,
Oh, Nathan, how you going? No, Nathan, come over here. What? But you're Nathan. No. I named the monkey Nathan.
Oh, I love it. But anyway, so this monkey, I love it in these movies, Pirates of the Caribbean. What a time! But I only have one good story in this monkey, and it's about when it filmed the latest Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, which, by the way, is an atrocious film. Like, on so many levels. It really sinks the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, quite literally. But anyway, while they were filming this bloody movie, they filmed it in the Gold Coast, Brenton, our hometown, the film capital, one would say, of Australia. And during the filming at Movie World, the theme park, this monkey bit one of the ears of the makeup artists. Like, I'm not fucking. This was serious shit. So like, this 50-year. And I found the news article, and it's this news article is the funniest shit I've ever read. And I'm gonna quote this news article because this is
Take
amazing.
it away, Nathan.
The headline was something like "Monkey bites ear on Pirates of the Caribbean," and I'm like, this is incredible. Okay, so. The news story goes, a 54-year-old woman was on a sound set for Pirates of the Caribbean, and she was bitten on the ear about midday. The Queensland Ambulance Service spokesman Stephen Burns said the woman was taken to hospital and is in a stable condition. He said she told paramedics it was an unprovoked attack. The monkey had come up from behind the lady and bit her on the right ear, Mr. Burns said. The lady wasn't, we believe, making an attempt to approach the monkey. She was sitting down, and it came up to the woman and bit her on the ear. And so, and then the news article continues and it says, the monkeys made headlines earlier this year when animal rights groups tried to have their entry to Australia from filming stopped. So this monkey is surrounded in controversy. Forget the controversy of other politicians. This monkey is ripe in a storm, Brenton.
Like, it bit her on the ear, but what was the
happened.
damage? What was the damage it caused?
Because it said it was unprovoked. Also, if you're bit on the ear by a monkey, I imagine that's extremely painful. Like, those fuckers have jaws, you know? Like,
yeah, I know, but like, was her ear like still like? Did they have to like, you know?
could you imagine, like, the next day she's doing makeup for Johnny Depp and she's got this huge bandage on her ear and he's like, mate, what happened? And she's like, don't ask.
Don't fucking talk to me.
This poor makeup artist, like, oh, could you imagine, like, for years, because, you know, makeup artists, like, you've been on set, like, they love to chat. So, like, for years she'll be telling that story, how she got accosted by fucking Chiquita the monkey.
Well, she might not have it. She mightn't have a fucking ear anymore. So, like,
oh my, could you imagine, it's like fucking Van Gogh, she's got this, like, bloody bandage. She watches the Van Gogh movie with Willem Dafoe. She's like cheering in the crowd. She's like, I can relate. Oh my god, could you imagine they make another biopic on Van Gogh, but instead of him cutting off his ear, it's a fucking monkey? Like, Chiquita just makes a cameo. It's like, I'm Van Gogh and I'm a painter, and then like with this monkey's like the middle of France, just like chewing off his ear. Like, this is, I guess historians find the real fact. Like,
all right, Nathan, you go make that film, and we'll see how it goes in the theaters.
What a blockbuster!
Alrighty, so let's talk about my number 4.
Yes,
which is Kiko.
Who?
Kiko.
Kiko. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Who the
would you
fuck
like
is
to-
Kiko?
Would you like to know what Kiko is?
What is Kiko, Brenton?
Kiko is an orca whale.
Oh my god. Oh my god, is this Free Willy? Oh my god. How did I not think of Free Willy? Oh my god, Brenton.
So I love
it.
I love orca whales, or as they're called, killer whales.
Yes.
I think they're really cool animals, and
They
obviously
are very cool.
I think but there's some crazy shit about this Kiko. This whale was next level.
Could you imagine being the animal trainer and like your job is to try to fucking kill a whale? Could you imagine like that's your profession? I'm sorry, keep going.
So I'm not sure how they know this, seeing as Kiko was born in the wild, but he was born in 1976, and then was then
They like carbon date him. They're like taking DNA samples and shit. Like,
and then he was captured off the coast of Iceland in 1979.
that alone is an amazing story. Like,
Yeah.
like you're on set and they're like, oh, how did you get this animal? It's like we're on this expedition in Iceland. It's like fucking Atlantis.
Captured it. So he was then sold to the marine park industry, which is no good, as we all know.
Yes, yeah.
And in 1985, he arrived to Reno Aventura in Mexico City, where he lived. I think this is written by the trainers.
Yeah.
He lived a
We can tell, can't we? Like,
where he lived a normal life for a captive whale. Until
what the fuck is a normal life for a captive whale? Is it just like is it just like leaping
we
and
fucking
shit?
dumped him into a tank and we just left him there until 1993.
Okay.
So in that year, he was cast as a Willy in the movie Free Willy
Oh my goodness.
and captured the hearts of millions of children and adults worldwide.
This is so written by the trainer. I love it.
Afterwards, Life magazine made an article where it showed off the horrible conditions in which he lived in Reno Aventura.
Yeah.
So, fucking hell, dude.
Oh my
So an
goodness.
international pledge was started,
No.
and enough money was raised to have him sent to the Oregon Coast Aquarium before being airlifted back to Iceland in 1998 to prepare him for a return to the wild. So it's like literally Free Willy.
Oh my
happened
god, it's actually Free Willy.
because he was cast as Free Willy.
That's amazing.
So he was then trained to survive in the wild and was released in July of 2002. Yay!
hey! Yeah.
But he longed for human contact. So
Oh
the
my
whale
God.
So the whale swam 870 miles
No.
and eventually
No.
ended up in Helse, Norway in September of 2002, where local residents played with him often.
This
So
is
much-
amazing.
So
This
much
is
so
amazing.
that animal protection authorities banned anyone from approaching him. Rip.
What? But he loved it. Like,
He was looked after by whale keepers for the last year of his life. Suddenly coming
don't tell
down
me he's
with
gone, Brenton.
no, he's gone.
Oh
with
my God.
phenomia.
I was literally booking tickets to Norway right now. Like,
He died on December 10th of 2003.
oh no. Oh, Brenton. Oh.
Yeah. So, but what a story! What a life that whale
That's
lived.
amazing. That alone is worth a biopic. Like, that's
Yeah.
like, could you imagine like Meryl Streep as the whale? Like, she's just, she's like, I had to gain a lot of weight for this role. Like, that's remarkable. That is insane. This is why we've done this episode, Brenton, for stories like that. This is why we're doing top 7 animals.
I've got a couple other little facts about Kiko, which I think are really sweet. So
This has made my year. Like this.
his name means the lucky one in Japanese.
Oh.
Which is you know
kind
fitting.
of a little bit. I know how I feel about the Japanese naming a whale. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah.
So he's buried at Taknes in Helse County, Norway.
Also, side note, how the hell did they identify a killer whale in Norway?
Well,
Like, how did-
they would have tagged it or something, like because he was in captivity.
it's got like a fucking leash like around its neck. It's
Like they would have, like it would have a tracker on it or something.
it's got like a return address. Oh, that makes me so happy. Please return to SeaWorld. Like,
Yeah, so he's buried in Norway, but his grave sits right next to the ocean. And on January 7th, 2004, 300 Norwegian kindergarten and school children placed rocks at the gravesite to commemorate the popular whale.
oh my god, it's like that scene from the credits of Schindler's List where you see the survivors come back. You know, it's like, it's like the kids just like placing flowers. Like,
I was going to say it's more like, you know, in spoiler alert for Logan, at the end of the film, where she puts she changes the cross to the X. Like it's like you did well, Willie. Well done, Kiko.
Oh my goodness, she like.
But what a sweet story and an amazing story.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Our podcast has peaked, Brenton, with that story. That is. I'm flabbergasted. That is so good. I don't know how to follow that. I feel like we've peaked almost. Like we just put the mics down now. Just enjoy our Sunday because like that's amazing. Oh bloody Kiko! We raise our glasses to you, Brendan. We don't have glasses, but like we're raising them to Kiko because
to Kiko. I'll raise my sunglasses. There you go.
There you go. What a joke! He's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Brenton,
put me out.
He's single, ladies. So I'm going to jump to
number 3. We're getting into the real shit now.
We're getting into the. This might be my favorite episode, Brenton. I'm calling it now. Number 3, I want to return to an animal favorite, and I'm doing Bart the Bear 1 for number 3.
Okay, yes.
So let's go back to the OG bear. You know, the one that started it all. You know, this is the bloody Tony Stark of the animals list. By the way, I was so good on Animal Avengers. Have you read the comics where like there is an Animal Avengers?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, there's what, because like Thor in Ragnarok makes a joke that he was a frog, but there was an actual Thor frog in the comics. And I feel like Marvel would have the audacity to do an Animal Avengers. And you know what? It would make billions.
Well, here's the thing, dude. I lent you a game.
Yes.
Recently. I lent you
Tell me Thor frog is in it. Is it actually?
I'm giving you a knowing look, Nathan.
So oh my god, so I went to Brenton's house like the other day and when we were watching Bloody Rocky and I saw for the first time Brenton's PS4 games collection, and out of all the titles that stood out to me, I wanted to borrow the Lego Marvel superheroes too. He had like critically acclaimed titles. He had like Uncharted, he had like Last of Us, he had like God of War, like all these beautiful titles. I'm like, shut up! I want Marvel superheroes. Purely for Thor the Frog. And you know what? If it was played by a real frog, it would make this list, Brenton. And I'm very upset there are no frog actors in this list. But Bart the Bear. So Bart the Bear, like he's the most iconic actor, and we'll get to why he's the most iconic animal actor. But anyway, he's most known for a French film from 1988 called The Bear. And you touched on this a little bit before, but I want to talk a little bit more about it. So Jacques Annaud, the French filmmaker, made this bear movie about an adult grizzly bear who befriends an orphaned cub and defeats the hunters that like killed his mother. It's like if Bambi was like Kill Bill, you know? Like imagine that, but with bears. And it has an entire bear cast. So like it's like this bear and this cub. It's like a little bit like Logan, but they're going through the wilderness. And apparently it's amazing, Brenton. Like it's got a really high score on Rotten Tomatoes, and it grossed over $100 million worldwide in 1988. And there was a campaign. This movie is real. It's called The Bear. It has a French title. I think it's called Le in French. But it made $100 million around the world in 1988. And there was an Oscar campaign for this bear, Bart the Bear, to be nominated. And so, you know, whatever studio, I think it was Warner Bros., whoever it was, who made the movie, The Bear, they're like, let's get this bear an Oscar. And like... This is real. This shit's real. And because the movie had like it has 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is a really good movie. Roger Ebert wrote, "It's not a cute fantasy in which bears ride tricycles and playhouse. It's about a life in the wild, and it does an impressive job of seeing how wild bears and their natural habitat live." So it's quite good. So they tried to get this animal an Oscar, and so the Academy Award had to clarify that their rules didn't include animal actors. So everyone was very disappointed this bear wasn't nominated. Could you imagine? Like, it goes through the nominees, Brenton, and it just cuts to a fucking bear. Like, it's like Jack Nicholson. It's like Robert
We've
Redford.
just been talking about, imagine if like animals were in like the movie theater. Imagine like at the Oscars,
At the Academy
to Bart
Awards.
the Bear, and he's in his fucking tuxedo.
like it's like sitting next to Meryl Streep, but she's very nervous. She's like eyeing the bear. Like, could you imagine if the bear won? It just goes up to stage and fucking like roars at the audience, and everyone's like, ugh. But you know what? Here's the thing: if that bear was actually nominated for an Academy Award, everyone would vote for it to win just to see the bear walk up. You know what I mean? Just to see the bear walk up on stage.
I'd vote for it like fucking hell. Like, it'd be amazing.
There's no scenario where the Oscars wouldn't, if a bear was nominated, have that bear win. Like without question. You could have bloody like you could have the most iconic. You could have like Jack Nicholson in Shining nominated, and yet the bear would still win because that's amazing. Also, can you imagine like losing an Oscar to a fucking bear? Like, it's amazing. But anyway, so if the bear wasn't nominated, but it was vindicated, Brenton, because at the 70th Academy Awards in 1998, the Academy Award wanted to do something for animal actors. Look this up on YouTube. This is a real thing from the 1998 Oscars. Bart the bear is on the stage of the Oscars.
Holy shit.
This is
Are
amazing.
you serious?
I am not making a word of this up. Listeners, if you can do anything from today, look up like this 1998 clip from the Oscars where Bart the bear, as a tribute to animals in film, is presenting Academy Award category.
Wow, that's peaked. That has peaked. Like nothing's ever gonna like top that for us on this list now. Like that's.
I thought we did well with bloody Kiko the whale, but Bart the bear.
That's like cementing yourself in film history. Good on you, Bart.
Great. It's pretty great.
Do you want to talk about Bart's eventual demise?
Oh my god, I don't.
Oh really? It's so
I don't have
sad.
this fact. What happened to Bart?
He got cancer.
Oh, did he get cancer? Yeah. Sorry, I did read this.
And they tried
wasn't he like a spokesman for like cancer or something like that?
Really?
I read somewhere this bear got cancer, which is horrible. Anyone gets
in
cancer,
his right
horrible.
paw, like got it in his right
really?
paw, yeah. And then basically they did the surgeries and stuff, and then it came back, and he wasn't responding well to the treatment, like he wasn't eating or anything, and so they decided to humanely put him down, because he was
horrible.
Too much pain, yeah.
Aw, could you imagine? I don't want to make light of this, but like, could you imagine you're sitting in the doctor's office and like they like have like I've got the news, like, and the bear's just sitting in a chair like crushing it, and it's like it's cancer, and the bear's like, like oh, but no, because I know I did find this out. I didn't include it, but I did read somewhere that because the bear had cancer, it was a spokesman for PETA, I want to say, for like animals. They wanted to raise awareness for animals who do get cancer, because animals get cancer all the time, sadly. And I wanted this bear to be a spokesman. But then I'm trying to work out how the hell did this bear be a spokesman for cancer? It's a bear. It's not going to like go around to like stages and like roar at the audience. You know what I mean? They're like all these like cancer victims are sitting in the stage, and a bloody bear walks out. Like, oh. The world's so weird, Brenton.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
You know, what's number 2 for you? Or number 3, whatever you're up to.
Okay, so number 3 is like, I said the highest of the heights. We're going to the lowest of the lows, and we're talking about Bonnie.
Who the hell is Bonnie?
I want you to look up Bonnie's IMDb page. Okay,
I'll get on IMDb. I'm going to open it right. I'm going to type in
Bonnie. Bonnie. And then type in 7 psychopaths.
Oh my god, because I haven't seen 7 Psychopaths, sadly.
Neither have I, but I just want to...
When was 7 Psychopaths made? Is it 20 years or is it recent?
No. Oh my god. It's 2012.
Autocorrect is coming with Bonnie the dog, 7 Psychopaths, and that's me very excited. Okay, I'm on IMDb now. Oh my goodness, it's just... Oh. Oh my god! The photo for this fucking dog on IMDb.
So this is a fun one for me, because this dog made the list, not because of its incredible bio...
Yes.
Not because I've seen its, let's say, incredible performance. Like,
yes.
I haven't seen it. But look at this fucker. Like
this dog. The photo they chose. So for those, I feel like this is like the poster section, like normal. So for listeners who haven't Googled this dog, on its IMDb page, it looks as though it's like on a red carpet of sorts, but there's also a brick behind it. So I like to think it's maybe a photo from its house. And it's like, it looks as though it's been like trotted on, like its tail has been stepped on, and its face is like pulling this very confused, like, and scared expression. And it's the funniest shit.
No, I'd say it looks like it wants to like fuck you up. Like it's like come on, like let me at you.
It probably does. Or it's a Shih Tzu. Like, oh,
I want to read its bio, because again, like, this is totally written by the trainer, and it makes me laugh so much.
Oh my goodness.
So Bonnie is an actress known for 7 Psychopaths, 2012.
She is.
Bonnie is a rescue dog and was adopted by movie animal company Performing Animal Troupe, specifically for the movie 7 Psychopaths. So she now lives with her trainer, Claire Dorr, and continues her acting career. In between
Does it say Claire Dorr and then in brackets me? Like
and continues her acting career in between naps and cuddles.
Aww. Oh my goodness.
But what a photo. I just saw that and was like, what?
That's so funny.
What?
Why? I like to think though. Imagine like, because you know how actors get headshots. Could you imagine like this dog getting headshots? Like they put it. You know how like actors sometimes dress in different costumes to get roles. I like to think dogs do the same thing.
For sure. Like, and I think what's so funny about this is that, like, you know, we've talked about the greats. We've talked about some great animal actors.
Yeah.
But I think it's also important to talk about those animal actors that don't want the fame. They just do one film and they go home and they have a bath or something, you know? And that's
they're the bloody Harper Lee of actors, you know? They do the one book and they're out, you know?
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you,
Bonnie, for 7 Psychopaths. I think it was made 2012, it says. So, like, it's... Like, we'll never do it for the podcast. Like, we'll be dead by then. But, like... but, you know, we'll watch it in our private lives, Brenton, and we'll think fondly of Bonnie the dog. I know Bonnie the dog does, but when Bonnie rocks up in 7 Psychopaths... 'cause it's on my Netflix list, so you bet I'm going to get excited for it.
Sounds good. What's your number 2, Nathan?
Number 2 is Mushu the dog. We're back on it. This is my last dog of the list. And it's from the movie Men in Black. It's Frank the pug.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, and you know, have you seen the Men in Black movies?
I haven't seen all of them, but...
which ones have you seen?
1, 2, and not 3.
1, 2, and not 3. Okay. Well, Frank the pug is in the first 2 and not the third. And like, this dog is fantastic. You know, it's very memorable. Everyone loves this dog. If you haven't seen Men in Black, it's about like Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones joining this spy agency. Actually, has the film been out yet? I think it is. I can't remember if it's been released or not. I haven't been paying attention to the actual movies.
The newest film.
Because there's a new one, yeah.
With Chris Hemsworth and what's her name?
And Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah. But anyway, so in the original Men in Black movies, like this pug is actually an alien who can talk. And he's very, very funny. You know, he's a little bit foul-mouthed and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so in the first film, he makes like a small appearance, and he originally was going to be in one scene. But then in the second movie, the director was like, let's promote this dog. So they gave him a full song and dance number in the second one, and they like wanted him to be really, really funny. But he was held back from doing 3 because the elderly couple who adopted him after the second film didn't want to send him back to America because he lived that far away. So that's why he's not in the third. And they didn't want to get another pug. So they're like, screw it. He's just not going to be in the third movie.
Oh.
I know, which was a little bit disappointing on the owner's part. But apparently on set, the dog was a real diva. So like... he doesn't travel by... So when animals travel, you know, in planes, he refuses to be in a crate. He has to be in business class whenever he travels. This is what the trainer said. And... when he stays in hotels, the trainer says he needs meals from room service. Like he eats steak and chicken, and he only drinks bottled water.
What the fuck?
I know. This dog is like, it's crazy. Like it's a real diva. So I'm like, great.
That's fucked. All right, the diva. Sure. I mean, we all need a drama queen. So you know.
Yeah, Mushu the dog. I love Frank the pug, but now that I know he's a diva, I might like that movie less now because I'm like, hey, no one needs to be a diva on set, buddy. Not even the dog.
How does the dog tell when it's not in business class? Like, you know what I mean?
I guess by the space of the seat. You know when like dogs want to like, you know, like sniff out their territory, like they run about for a bit. Like, yeah, again, like I can't imagine the dog sitting still for a whole flight and like. Could you also? That's so expensive. Could you imagine like a dog like having their own seat to themselves? Like, are they sitting on the owner's lap or do they get their own seat? Like. Because if they're sitting on the owner's lap, then they really shouldn't be able to tell the difference. But actually, you know what? Okay, here's what my theory is, Brenton. I like to think it's the owner that wants to be in business class.
That's what I was thinking
and
as
so
well.
They don't want to look like a little bit of a, you know, they don't want to look like they can't sit economy. They don't look like, you know, they're a little bit rich and pretentious.
Look, all I'm saying is, if this dog and I don't go in business class, he's probably gonna bite your face off.
I feel like 100% the owner uses it as an excuse.
Same.
So yeah.
So let's talk about my number 2, which is another bear. Tank the bear.
Tank the bear. Great. Who's Tank the bear, Brenton?
Now, okay, so I'm on this website. And I want you to look at it because there's some photos on here. So just look
fantastic.
up Tank the Bear.
Tank the Bear. All right.
The website's called Wasatch Rocky Mountain Wildlife.
I'm already a fan. All right, Tank the Bear. Is it bartthebear.com? Wait, what's it called?
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Okay. Just
oh my god.
You don't have to read anything. Just scroll through some of the photos on this page.
Okay, so the first photo, literally the first thing you see on this website, Who is that? What the? It's okay. We're outside a log cabin. It's like broad daylight. We're sitting at a table, and there's this guy holding a script up, and this bear is like burying its face in the script, like millimeters from this guy's face, like reading a film script, and it looks as though it's like inquiring about a line. Like,
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And this woman is like sipping some tea next to him, so casually looking at this fucking bear that's like next to this guy. What is the world, Brenton?
Keep going,
please, everyone.
Keep going.
Go
down.
to this website. Okay. Oh, this is
the Lord chair.
The bear has like an experience. This is like a resume for the bear, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Okay, this bear's in a bathtub with Jay Leno. What? This is amazing. Tank
Keep
the
going.
Bear. Doug Seuss, isn't this like Bart the Bear's owner? I feel like
yeah. But we're going to talk about.
Oh my god, there's a trained behavior section. This website's literally.
Well, wait. Let me cover the trained and behavior.
This is extraordinary. This is, oh my goodness, Brenton.
Okay, so let's talk about Tank. So I first came across Tank.
Oh my goodness.
In his film, where I've already mentioned this film, but Dr. Dolittle 2.
Yes.
Where he played Archie, who is like the main like animal in Dr. Dolittle 2, and the whole plot revolves around Archie and trying to put him into the wild and to train him for going into the wild.
Yes.
And the bear played Archie like throughout that whole film, and it's an incredible performance.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So I'll just read some of what's written here that the trainers have written. So they characterize Tank as a leading man.
He's actually starring in the next Mission Impossible. He's replacing Tom Cruise.
They call him our Jimmy Stewart bear.
Oh my goodness.
Tank's personality was personified in his starring role of Archie in Dr. Dolittle 2. His special ability to work up close and personal with people was evidenced when he appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Oh my goodness.
Sat on the red sofa for his interview. So there is an interview that you can watch.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Jay Leno interviewing a fucking bear. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. This is giving me new life.
Gentle nature makes him the perfect bear for studio work and commercials.
I can't do this.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh
so then we have his experience, and I'll just go through some of it.
Oh my god, the bear has a community service section. Yeah. This is amazing.
So
the feels when a bear has a better resume than you. Oh my goodness.
So obviously he was in Dr. Dolittle 2, but he was also in that film. You know that film, We Bought a Zoo, with Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson. I'm pretty sure he's the bear in that film as well. Hey, have you seen the photo of him on the red couch by any chance as well?
There's a section that says hobbies. Yeah. And I just want to read out the sentence.
I'm going to read the hobbies section now because it's So Tank has some hobbies, and it includes making designer furniture out of tires and straw, bird watching, yoga and laying in dandelions.
Oh, this is so good. Oh my god!
All right, would you like to know some of Tank's trained behaviours?
What's his behaviours, Brenton?
Okay, here we go. He's got a few. He's got a wide. He's very versatile, this bear. So he can go to a mark. He can go from mark A to mark B, either slow, walking, or running. Stays on mark or wherever he's asked to be.
There's like 19 fucking things on this list.
He backs up.
He backs up.
He looks in a riveted manner in any direction. He roars, open mouth wide, and shows all teeth and fangs.
Can we talk about number 10? It says in
just a second. We're getting there, Nathan. We're getting there. Stands on back legs. Walks on back legs. Comes into camera from mark, slowly walking or running. 10, which is what Nathan was talking about, blows, which is snorting through the nose. He can strike with his front paw. He can charge into camera. Lowers head and looks in a menacing way. Sits, begs up, waves bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
lays down with head on ground as if asleep or dead, rolls over on back, gets on all fours
Oh my
on
god!
command.
I thought the list stopped at 19 because
No,
of the
it
photo.
keeps going.
This thing goes to fucking
keeps
41.
Limps, walks with one front leg held off the ground.
Oh my god!
Fetches most anything, fake fish, stuffed rabbits, or life-size actor dummy models.
Oh my god!
Lifts, holds object with front paws while sitting.
Oh my god!
Holds,
I can't do this, Brenton.
lays
I
on
actually
back and
can't do
holds
this.
and bounces up jerks with all four paws.
This list, it's so extensive. Okay, can we talk about the second last one because that's my favorite?
Oh wait, we need to talk about Happy Bear.
Oh my
28.
goodness.
Happy Bear jumps from front feet to back feet.
Is that a happy bear?
Also 30. Yoga, holds back toes with front claws. 31.
What?
31. Somersaults in place or while running.
What is this bear? This bear can do more than me. Like, this is amazing.
Peekaboo, 34. Covers his eyes with his paws. So number 40 is my favorite though. And that is no wasted time on set. So you're getting your bang for your buck with this guy, you know what I mean?
You tell you what, we've talked about Banter Bear. If you want a bear for your money, bloody Tank the Bear is where it's at. Oh my goodness. That's... I don't know how the hell I'm going to follow it up with my number one.
Nathan, what's your number one?
My number one... We're returning to cats and dogs, and because this is when I think about iconic animal performances, this is my personal favorite, and it's Mr. Tinkles from Cats and Dogs. It's the main antagonist from Cats and Dogs. Do you remember this cat?
I do remember this cat.
This cat is amazing. It's like this Bond villain cat. It's like they gave the cat from like the Bond movies its own movie, and like I was researching this cat, and I tried to find the animal actor for a Brenton, and I stumbled upon a revelation. This cat was a puppet.
What?
This cat was not real. Despite the fact that they use real animals in this thing, this cat puppet cost $4,000 to have in the movie. And it was entirely that. Now, this director wanted to do the film entirely in CGI, and Cats and Dogs had a budget of $60 million. Cats and Dogs had a $60 million budget.
Yeah.
But and having a CGI cat villain would have put it $25,000 over budget. So they said, no, we're going to do a puppet. We're going to Yoda puppet that shit. And so this cat does an amazing performance. Like, it's... Like, there's a point where, like, do you remember, like, the family gets captured?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, it reveals the cat can talk. I forget what the line is. It says something like, hello there. It does, like, an Obi-Wan hello there. And, like, this family freaks the fuck out, and I laughed at the child. This, like, it was one of the best scenes in this movie. I love this cat. It's really great. I was surprised it's a puppet. But I want to talk about this website that I found this cat on. And Brenton, can you please, on your Google, go to the website cinemacats.com?
Oh, God.
So I was looking up this cat for the movie, and I found out there's a website called cinemacats.com. Are you there?
I'm there now.
Oh my God.
It's loading as we speak.
And this is maybe the best website on the internet. It looks as though the website was made in maybe 2002 and they haven't updated it since, as far as the look.
From feline film stars to kitty
Catty
cameos.
And this website, it's like a news feed, but it's dedicated to cat appearances in movies.
Oh,
And
no.
so if you scroll through this list, it has every cat in cinema, and it has some screenshots from the movies this cat is in, and it's just talking about it. The top of the website currently is a cat from... so they update it on a scary Saturday. Ooh. And the cat that rocks up is from a film called What Lies Beneath. And it gives a little synopsis of the film, and then it says kitty cameo. And it describes what the cat did in the movie. So if you scroll through this list, it has like Venus in Vegas, it has like bloody Shameless, it has like TV episodes where there's a cat. Look at the Shameless one. There's like a cat walking in the background, and it still made this fucking website.
Oh, fucking hell. This is crazy.
This is amazing. Like, this is a thing that exists. Like this is Police Academy 6. It has the cat from that, where like this guy's giving it some milk. Like, this is, oh my God. And so at the end of one of the articles for Police Academy 6, it says final musings. And it says tough guys aren't afraid to love cats. And then afterwards it has credited, many thanks to Nick Whale for letting us know about cats in this movie.
I can't, dude.
And like the background for this website is like film strips but with cats in them. Like,
Oh my god.
It has a now in theaters section where there's a cat in a movie, and the now in theaters section shows the film Pet Sematary.
Oh gosh. Like, look, here's the thing. Like, just imagine that there are people that are like actively invested in this website that are like that need to know and actively watch whatever thing it is that has a cat, a kitty in the background, a cat as a starring role. Like, you know, like, gosh,
this is amazing. They've got like a poster for the Lego Ninjago movie. It's just a giant cat in front of Legos. Like, this website, Brenton. This website alone is why Mr. Tinkles from Cat and Dogs is my number one. What's yours, buddy?
All right, let's get to number one, which is actually a dog.
Oh, you're bringing it back home.
Yep. So
cats
versus
it's
dog.
my dog.
Basically, this is Rin Tin Tin. So Rin Tin Tin was a male German Shepherd that was an international star in motion pictures.
Oh.
He was rescued from a World War I battlefield by an American soldier, Lee Duncan, who nicknamed him Rinty.
That's amazing.
Duncan trained Rin Tin Tin and obtained silent film work for the dog. Rin Tin Tin was an immediate box office success and went on to appear in 27 Hollywood films, gaining worldwide fame. Along with the earlier canine film star Strongheart, Rin Tin Tin was responsible for greatly increasing the popularity of German Shepherd's dogs as family pets.
That's
the immense
amazing.
profitability of his films contributed to the success of Warner Brothers Studios and helped advance the career of Daryl F. Zanuck.
Oh my god.
Okay, so here's the thing. This dog is like insane. So like his starring debut was in this film Where the North Begins, which was 1923, and Rin Tin Tin is like the starring feature of this film.
Really?
It's like you look at this poster and the poster's the dog. Like we're
That's
talking
amazing.
like this dog actually like contributed like it says to the success of Warner Brothers films like at the time.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. He is like the dog of Hollywood, and all the more, and the reason that I picked him was because one, he's a German Shepherd, but also like he survived being on like a World War I battlefield.
That's amazing.
Like, yeah.
Could you imagine like you're on film set and this like dog is like a veteran, like because I'm probably actors served in the First World War as well, so they're all like trading war stories, and then the dog just starts barking and like it's like it's got. I'm trying to imagine the dog on the battlefield, like it's got like a little tin helmet and it's like running about like.
Yeah, but I encourage everyone to look him up and look at his posters and just see that he's like the feature of like a lot of these films.
Fantastic.
It's like Rin Tin Tin in A Hero of the Big Snows. Rin Tin Tin, a dog of the regiment. Like it's so interesting and it's like and really cool and good on this doggy for you know starting this whole thing off, I guess. Like
he's the OG. You know, he was the original dog. You know, he's actually the very first dog ever made.
And I picked him because he's a German Shepherd, and I have a German Shepherd, and I love those dogs. So
German Shepherds, love them.
Also, I just thought this was funny as well. In another 1922 film titled My Dad, Rin Tin Tin picked up a small part as a household dog. The credits read, Rin Tin Tin, played by himself.
Oh, Brenton.
Why the fuck did we just do that? But not me. That was so worth it. That was so much fun.
That's the most fun I think I've ever had in my life. That was amazing. I feel so much wiser. I'm so glad we've just because there's a whole section of Hollywood. I'm surprised that you know how, like Ricky Gervais made a TV show about extras. I'm so surprised no one has done something about animal actors, or maybe they have and we just haven't heard about it.
Or like the like the trainers of animal actors and like animal actors and.
It's like one of those like classic it's like one of those like classic reality shows.
Yeah.
And like all the like trainers are bitching about each other and they're like, I don't think he's ready to perform. And they're like, you know what I mean?
Goes to a shot of some fucking seahorse. It's like,
oh my god. It's like I actually think my dog's a literal bitch. And they're like they're like all like complaining about each other like, and they're like the monkey just won't control itself on set. It's like, I want this to happen, Brenton. This has been my favorite, Brenton, of all our episodes.
I've had an absolute blast, and thank you for listening to this. Like,
thank you
for sticking around. Like, I've had so much fun, and What a great
What have
idea,
we learned
Nathan.
today? We've learned so much, Brenton.
I'm so glad that our list was so different too in the end. Like there was only
Yes.
only a
There's only
couple
one or two crossovers. Yeah,
one
well, actually
crossover
wasn't-
really
yeah.
because I was talking about but two, not
Yeah.
but one. It was only
We
Terry.
did pretty well. I'm pretty proud
Yeah.
of us. Yeah. So
Well, then,
pat on the back to us. So let us know your favorite animal
Yes,
performances.
please
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Can't wait to hear about it, and really look into like animals in film. It's
Because
you can find out
as you
some-
can see, it's a gold mine. Like
Yeah,
it's
like,
fantastic.
look up the tigers and Gladiator.
Yeah.
Like there's another one that was really cool to read about, and like
Oh
There's-
yeah.
there's-
Also, the
there's-
Shaggy Dog is actually a
Yeah.
very good read if you
Yeah,
want to get
yeah.
around that. Yeah, there's lots we didn't do today. So by all means, please find if you thought about an animal in film, look up their life story.
and like of course Lassie, which I can't believe.
I can't
none
believe
of-
both of us avoided Lassie because it was too obvious. So we're like, or
Totally.
Beethoven. That was another one that was too obvious that I avoided. Yeah, because I thought you were going to do it. But yeah, by all means, look up these animals and let us know your favorite. Because and also, we dedicate this episode to Jimmy the Crow, who kickstarted all this off for us. So
We love you, Jimmy.
We
Thank
love
you
you,
for your
Jimmy.
filmography and your amazing work.
watch It's a Wonderful Life. So but what's that, Lassie? Brenton's still in the well. Wait, did you say he's trapped in there with a bear? Boo! Nah, we're not saving him, Lassie.
Help me, Nathan.